Okay, you ready?
So I am going into what? Going into my scene. Preparing. Oh, don't mind me, honey. I'm ready. Dario giving me some fever.
Put the phone down.
Oh, we're gonna take another break when we get in there.
Yeah.
I'm always walking in.
Travis, I'm not gonna play you right now.
Every scene, I'm always toot. Ain't never been a scene, but maybe one time that I'm.
Why I gotta be walking up a hill, baby? Why I can't walk?
We're gonna be out of breath.
Yeah, and you picked the biggest two on the. Oh, you fat phobia?
Is it? You don't snatch his waist up, honey. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm big.
What should I say?
Twitter pictures.
What should I say?
Get on by there.
Y'all ready? Can I be away from
You said what? Ain't no AC? Are you leaving? You walking off?
I'm gone.
Ain't no AC? Ain't no AC outside?
They ain't got no little roll around fan? They got no little roll around fan?
Look, I just got a seat.
He didn't make all them kind of accommodations.
This is not loving hip hop. This is not loving.
I've been loving hip hop with having a fan.
This is not loving.
No, I don't like behind.
Okay, so let's go ahead and do.
Ooh, you're not a diva. Oh, are you a diva on set?
No, I'm not. I've heard the easiest one about it. I just got small.
You got small little 1-2s,
AC,
right?
a bottle of water.
So I guess maybe stop for a
Oh, Travis is a diva.
I'm not. Y'all don't be listening to it. Keep out saying people coming here with all that gold and fingers and nails and all that.
I got what? Did you say fingers and nails?
The fingers and nails and glasses.
Q in the streets. Said you're watching Q.
It's Q in the street. I love everybody here. They've been good to me.
Tashina Arnold, and it's Q in the street. I love that.
For Q in the streets, you need to make sure you go to his bio right now and click that link, okay?
What's up, y'all? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Q. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
Q in the streets. I'll take that one.
What's up, Q-Tips? It's your boy Q. Back in the building with another video. Y'all already know what time it is. Before I start, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you can be notified each and every time that I drop a video right here on this page. What's happening, y'all? Y'all already know we here to talk about what? Season 4, episode 8 of Chasing Atlanta, titled The Power of Guilt. Now, of course, I always start my videos off with saying, Q, where the hell you been? I know I missed 2 weeks of reviews, y'all. However, I did try to cover last week. I just couldn't get in the groove of it because I wasn't in it, and I felt like I was commenting on a lot of stuff that didn't have to do with me. So I just didn't upload the video, y'all. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of y'all were like fussing at me. I even got a few tweets about it, like, Q, where's the video? Where's the video? And I just wasn't in a place to put it out. I was like, I felt like I was talking about unnecessary stuff. So it wasn't a all right, guys. So I'm not going to hold you long. Let's jump right into the episode. So the episode opens up. They are still at Dominique's event, and it's Dominique and his boyfriend, Oliver and his boyfriend, and Rico and his boo. So, you know, it's all kind of chaos happening right now. Oliver's upstairs with his boyfriend. He's upset. He's upset with Dominique, I guess, for, you know, trying to pin it on him for being the reason that him and Lauren are beefing. And I could understand why Oliver got upset with that. And I think Dominique, and you know I love you, down boots. However, I think a lot of us are a bit confused on how you were upset with Oliver for delivering the message. It's because the way that you set it up, in my opinion, and from a reality TV watcher, the viewers, you set it up like you wanted him to deliver that information to Lauren. So I think that's why a lot of people are on your head and, you know, like, what's going on with this storyline? So, whew, that was a little interesting to watch. What else was interesting to watch was Rico finally ate Oliver's food and didn't share. He ate the whole plate. Is Rico, are you still in a relationship with the young man that you were in that scene with? I haven't seen him down to your social media, okay? So Dominique has a axe throwing event. You got T.S. Lil Kendra, you got Wayne the Liar, you got Dominique and Rico and Travis was in that scene. So They opened up that particular scene with Kendra and Wayne basically bragging about throwing this whole chair. And let me say this. I love the scene with them throwing the axe. I thought it was dope. I think it's something that this particular franchise has never seen before. But let's go ahead and get down to the mess. I thought it was very tacky of Kendra and Wayne to be bragging on throwing the chair. And yes, I understand that people get in physical altercations and things of such. I just think it's very tacky to be bragging about throwing and hitting somebody with a chair. And I understand, you know, knucking if you bucking and if something going down and holding it down. And I understand all of that. But to come back on camera and bragging about a physical altercation, y'all, I just can't get with it. And I know a lot of y'all like to give people passes. Over here, the Q-tips, I'm sorry, we just not gonna give that a pass. Y'all give a lot of people a pass on this show, but I'm not giving it a pass. I think it's whack that you come back on camera talking about it. I think it would be whack if they were to come on, if the opposite side was to come on camera and talking about bragging about hitting someone with the chair. If they even did that to Kendra and Wayne, but I'm moving on. And speaking of, you know, doing things in the Kendra and Wayne way, doing things in the Kendra and Wayne format, I felt like Kendra was sitting on this whole megabus Q read her, you know, the entire day. You just couldn't wait till the camera said record so you can say this megabus line. I find it very interesting that you can do no scenes without mentioning us. Like, I just find that so weird. And it's like there was no reason to even bring my name up at the axe throwing. But anyways, I'm moving on. Lauren has an audio recording of Kendra, and they basically bring it up and discuss it at the dinner table, at the, you know, the table where they were having a discussion at the axe throwing thing. Now, a lot of people, now let's talk about both sides. A lot of people felt that, oh, Miss Lauren shouldn't have been recording and things of such. I think I would have to disagree with that. When you have a person this angry and, you know, every time they talk about you, it's something negative and, you know what I'm saying, they're going to do this and do that. So when you are receiving a phone call from this person, and we're filming a reality show and we're filming a show that people that you know that they're gunning for you. So you don't know what they're doing on their side. So I just want to show you guys the other side of what Miss Lauren did. I feel like you always have to protect yourself. No, I don't feel like you should be just walking around and recording random conversations, or we can't have no conversation without there being phones and cameras and things of such. However, you guys have to understand the pressure and just what was happening at the time when Kendra actually called Lauren. So I feel like it was actually a smart move for Miss Lauren to record Kendra. And I mean, if we all see, like, just imagine if we never would have heard this recording. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, people do these type things on these shows, like, oh, all this rah-rah, all this loudness, all this talking, all I hate you, I this, and then we be trying to make up behind the scenes, and I'm sorry, I apologize, and this, that, and the third, and then they come right back on camera like they ain't said nothing. Like, always, oh, let's get down to it, I'm looking for y'all. Y'all be just in our inboxes asking us for stuff. And I don't want to get off topic because I'll go on and on and on. Let's also talk about T.S. Lil Kendra at the table misgendering Lauren. And I'm not taking up for Lauren because I just want people to see, and I just want people to understand where we come from as well. Like, nobody don't constantly sit around picking and talking about y'all. But just listen to the way at the table T.S. Lil Kendra, Wayne the liar, are misgendering Lauren. First of all, y'all started the conversation off by calling her Jalen. Y'all were misgendering her the entire time. I just don't understand how a trans woman can sit there and disrespect and call another trans woman certain names. Regardless of the issues that we have going on, how do you call another trans woman certain names on camera? That's weird to me. Dominique and Travis said that they squashed their beef at the table. That was interesting to me only because we just filmed the finale, and that's all I can say about that. So yeah, I didn't know that they squashed it at the table. Also, what happened at the table? I didn't know, or when did it happen, that Dominique or Troy tried to fight Dominique. Where the hell was I, or where did I miss this on the show? Let's talk about this for a second. I have to agree with my brother King Kane. He said something to Dominique, and Dominique, we love you while we say these type things to you. I don't think you can say on camera. Well, I mean, you can. But it's like we have to have, we need to see it. Like, where and when did Troy try to fight you? Like, y'all got to tell us a little bit more than that, because I feel like the people want to know, when did this happen? Did it happen at the event? Was Troy so mad? Were you in the middle trying to break it up? And then Troy just kind of like spazzed out on you? I'm not sure what happened, but I feel like the people want to know. I want to know, is Troy the real Porsha and really just out here just jumping on it? No, Troy, I'm totally kidding. Troy knows Troy knows the love that I have for him. I was like, when did Troy and Dominique almost have a little altercation? I thought they was like the new freaking frat. Travis having an all-white party to try to invite everybody. He first acknowledges it at the table where that particular group was. And I just want to point and pinpoint out one particular comment that Travis, I love you down boots. But I have to say, I want to point out a comment that's going to come up later on down in the season, down in the valley, you know what I'm saying? Where Travis said he was going to have hot food and hot drinks at this all-white party. Baby, Chase Atlanta is about to get good, y'all. Stay tuned. I'm trying to told you, okay? There was also something else that was funny in that scene. Kendra selling Travis some food stamps while we filming.
Who got food stamps?
Right,
that last event we went to.
I need about 100.
That last event.
That's gonna be 50.
Oh, call me.
No.
Hey, she's a hustler, baby, and I'm here for it. Oh my gosh, I thought that was funny. Let me say this. I think T.S. Kendra is hilarious, okay? Her saying that she got 50, or that's gonna be 50 for Travis when they start discussing food stamps, y'all. That was so funny to me. I just couldn't contain myself. I had to rewind it back.
I need about 100.
That last event.
That's gonna be 50.
To hear what she said. And they was sitting there talking about food stamps. I said, Chase and Atlanta, y'all have done it for me on the night. All right, let's move on to the next scene. We got Troy, Cam, and Dominique. Troy, Cam, and Dominique was an interesting scene. I think this particular scene, I want to talk about Troy for just a little bit. I love the fact that Troy was taking up for himself in this scene.
When it comes to something about me, I don't play. Like, you're not going to disrespect anything that's a place of mine. Like, that's why when she was about to fight at the house, I'm glad you did that outside, because if you did that inside my house, it would have been a problem.
Yeah,
like,
it was a lot.
The reason I say that is because, yes, you guys feel like Troy's been like a little mixy or whatever this season. However, for me, I felt that Troy, because looking at like Big Brother, Little Brother, I felt that I finally saw him in a light, where he was standing on his own. And I appreciated to see Troy in that particular light, in that particular scene. I felt like he wasn't on nobody's side. He finally got a chance to see both sides and how this stuff really operates. So to see him stand up for himself in that scene, I was proud of him. I really wish Troy, and I love you down as well, I really wish he would have apologized for calling T.S. Little Kendra the T word in that scene. Something else I want to talk about concerning that scene, I want y'all to stop saying, or Troy answer, or Q-tips, y'all drop down in the comments and let me know. We need to finally make a decision. Did Troy fight for Oliver, or was Troy mad that T.S. Lil Kendra came in? I was about to do the funky Dineva. I know the thing. Messed up Troy's birthday party. Q's honest opinion, I don't feel like oh, Troy was trying to defend Oliver and Oliver should have had his back and he was in there fighting. No, Troy was pissed off, in my opinion, that y'all came and ruined his event. That's why he was hot. That's why he was bothered. So I don't think he was not being a loyal friend and all of that and nothing like that. I feel like he was pissed off that they messed up his event. Something else that was funny in this scene was Cam and Dominique. Was Cam and Dominique instigating a little bit? Was y'all trying to persuade Troy to have a certain opinion about a certain feeling towards Oliver? I felt like y'all was trying to bait him in that particular situation. Like, oh girl, if it was me, she had to see me because I said this, that, and the third. And I just found that very funny. Imani Van Zap this week. Woo-wee. So I have to stand by what I said earlier in the video. When Imani Van Zap called Lauren messy for recording Kendra, again, you guys have heard my stance on it. I feel like it was in my opinion, I felt like it was a good move because these people just do so much sometimes. It's like, girl, do I have to record you to show you your actions? But anyways, the way Imani Van Zap read Oliver Twist. Jesus, I'm still gagging. I am still. Jesus Christ. That was the reading of a lifetime. I felt like Imani Van Zap was coming for one of our seats the way she was reading. I felt like she should have been a cast member. But did that open up a lot of people's eyes though? Did it make you step back and say, I couldn't put my finger on what it was, but Imani Van Zap cleared that thing right on up. Did anybody else get a little churchy like me? So I will say this about Imani's read. I do feel like it was a little, even though it was needed, I do feel like it was really, like she had like 2 minutes on his head. So that was a lot. I know that was a lot. But I do have to say, I will have to agree with her with some of the things that she was saying, because these were some of the things that I was trying to get Oliver to understand while him and I were in, or whatever we had going on, or I felt like these were some of the things that I was trying to get him to see. Like, yes, I am super happy and I'm proud of you and your accomplishments and some of the things that you're doing. However, your brother, feel like you're being a bad friend. The very next scene is Oliver Twist down to Dr. Heavenly's house, and it's Dr. Heavenly, Funky Dineva, and T.S. Madison. It was so good to see all of them in one room, and it was super funny to see like Funky Dineva and Dr. Heavenly cutting up on Chasing Atlanta, and they were talking about Quad. It just made me miss that entire camp because we all used to travel and hang together. So to see them cutting up, it was super fun, super funny, and super proud of Oliver and the things that he has going on concerning him being a content manager. So this very next scene is a scene with all the newbies and Cameron. So you got Travis, Troy, Dominique, and they are walking into the scene. First of all, production and the music that they provided for episode 8. You had Saucy, Santana. I had a praise break. It was a whole lot of bops. I think they had P Valley music in there. Production came through with the music for this week's particular episode. Cameron is now a club promoter. I think that's dope because I have to agree with everybody on all across the platforms. If you know Cameron, he's always in the clubs. He's always, having a good time. He is always out. That's very true. Even when Cameron and I were beefing, it was funny because I seen him out maybe 2 or 3 times in the city. So I have to say that Cameron being in the club scene is definitely right up his alley because he's always in the clubs. The crazy part about that scene was it was a club scene but nobody was in it. Now, I understand volume and them trying to get the scene, but maybe they just should have put a few people in there so it wouldn't have been just so empty. I don't know why nobody was in that club scene. They was like, oh, we about to twerk, we about to do this. And I was like, they had a hookah during coronavirus, during the pandemic. Great scene though. But anyway, so of course, you know, you got Dominique, Cam, and Troy, and Travis, so they down to get down to the mess. So they bring up Kendra wanting to be a part of the the BBC, the Bad Crew. I need to find out who is a part of the Bad B Crew. Where are the qualifications? Where is the sign-up sheet? Who's on the team? Who's the coach? And I know that my name is not affiliated or associated with anything sounding like the Bad B Crew. So I just really hope that they weren't, at least I hope they weren't referring to the power of three, because that is funny to me. I've never heard that. So let's talk about Cameron expecting Lauren to show up to his club event. Now, I think that I would have to agree with everything that Travis says when it comes down to Cameron and Lauren.
Shut up! Damn! Not Cameron. Maybe Lauren and y'all not really friends like y'all think y'all are, because if I'm having a party, my friends gonna be supporting me, they're gonna be reposting, they're gonna be sharing, they're gonna be doing all those things. And if they don't show up, then it's going to be a problem. However, I'm also going to, when I send them the flyer to my party or whatever the hell I got going on, say, you are cordially invited to. I'm not just going to assume they're going to come because I'm having something. You know, that's probably a conversation you need to be having with her to see if y'all really are friends. They're worried about she coming up.
I think that I would have to agree with everything that Travis said when it comes down to Lauren and Cam. I just don't think that they have as tight of a relationship as Cameron is expecting. Like, we're cool, but do you think that Lauren is really going to show up to every event that you have and things of such? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. The very next scene is your boy returns to Atlanta. Y'all, I have to say, when I seen me come up on that camera with my tail walking through this airport. All right, y'all. So I returned to ATL with a new confessional. I'm going to talk about my new confessional look. I have to tell you guys, my look, I was styled by my brother, my good friend. Y'all already know who it is. I was styled by, yes, Gardini. I was styled by Gardini. Link down in the comments below. I would really love and appreciate if you guys would go and show my boy Gardini some love. I just thank him so much for coming out and styling me. Y'all know me, last minute, get it to Atlanta. But outside of that, prior to that, I want to say that one of the reasons why I wore my friend's outfit on camera, and I saw a lot of comments like, oh, I don't like Q's, da-da-da-da-da. It wasn't about that. I wore that to support my friend. I wore that to support Gardini. I just love and appreciate everything that he's ever done for me. I thank him for just always keeping it real with me. And with that being said, Gardini is and was one of my closest friends in Atlanta. And we haven't been, I'm not gonna say we haven't been as close. I think me being in California definitely not necessarily put a strain on our relationship, but it was just me having to deal with some things that I had going on. So I saw a live that, well, I was sent a live that Gardini did with Imani Van Zant.
Woo! All right, you know what? There's Chasing LA that has been announced that is coming up. How do you feel that is going to be? What do you anticipate?
I'm excited for Q, even though I've been in LA for the last 2.5 months. So I'm chasing LA, you know, even though I'm not on the show. I was chasing LA. But I'm excited for Q. Q is a producer there. Q definitely been going to LA back and forth from Atlanta, working, stuff like that. He's done a great mindset. Ever since he moved to LA and probably got in a relationship, we don't speak as much.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw that little tea out there since I'm here.
So you don't speak as much.
Yeah, we don't speak as much. You know, it's one of those
What do you
situations.
think that? Why is that?
You know how the people sometimes when you're again, it's lonely at the top. So when people are dealing with their success and they're trying to make it, it's pretty much like a out of sight, out of mind situation.
Okay. Okay.
So I respect that.
Okay.
I respect chasing your dream, you chasing your bag. No one or nothing will get in the way of what you need to get. So I respect that. But my brother, my friend, love him to death, but the relationship dynamic is not how it used to be. Because when Q was in Atlanta, if Q needs me, I'm going to stop everything I'm doing. I'm pulling up. I'm doing whatever. If I'm sick, no other friend is going to pop up on me quicker than Q. He's going to bring candies and whatever, sit there with me, you know. So it's like, I feel like the relationship went downhill a little bit.
Okay.
But it wasn't on my behalf. It was on his. So.
And it really just made me think like, wow, let me reach out to my friend and just let me love and show him some love and support him. So I hit him up and was like, hey friend, I love you. I saw your interview. It wasn't about you. You know, me being out here, I just really needed to focus and get me back together. But you know me, I was like, you know, friend, what can I do to make it up? What's going on? And so he knew that I was in Atlanta to film with Chasing Atlanta. So I was like, hey friend, I'm already filming. You've been putting your shirts and promoing already on the show. Let's go ahead and knock it out the park. So Gardini showed up and styled me. It was him that made me keep the glasses. As y'all can see, I did not win the fight, but I love my confessional look, and I just want to plug that real quick and just let you know, Gardini, I love you, and I am still continuing to root for you, friend. So just continue to be all that you have been in these streets, okay? So let's go ahead and move forward. Love you, Gardini! So let's get down to it. I finally popped back up in Atlanta. I pull up with Travis, and we getting ready to meet Lauren England and Cam.
Look at these fine producers. Ooh. KK got a big old booty. She got a ooh, look at these.
Wait, look the way she posed.
Look at these women. Ooh, look at these queens. Hey.
Here, you got me beat that devil.
Who got who beat? So we are recording for Chasing Atlanta. Ooh. And so I didn't know Cameron was gonna be here.
Surprise, hey, what's going on?
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Got you, Raven.
Back like I never left.
He get on my nerves, so yeah.
Every time I turn around, phone.
I'm on the camera.
I still ain't got no privacy.
We filming.
I don't.
So guys, we sitting down, we chilling, we relaxing, and we just kind of catching up. And Cameron makes a comment and says, I see you lost a lot of weight. Now, I want to talk about Q losing a lot of weight because I saw a lot of comments that I just feel like I need to address. And I want to say this because I saw a lot of negative comments that I felt are very ignorant. And I saw a lot of, oh, Q looks sick, and oh, Q is so skinny, and things like that. Let me just kind of break down why I feel like comments like that from adults are tacky. And the reason I say that, let's take Chadwick Boseman, for instance. Before we were privy to the knowledge of what we knew about his health circumstances, a lot of people were online making negative comments. You never know what a person is going through. So I think it's very ignorant when a person walk up to a person, and this is not for Cameron. I'm talking about comments when you walk, or just anybody in general, when you walk up to a person and say, oh, you done got big. You don't know what medication that person is on. You don't know what stress. That person could have went through a miscarriage. You don't know what that person is dealing with. Oh, you done lost too much weight. You skinny. You don't know what people are dealing with. So I felt like it was very nasty, very distasteful, and very ignorant to see grown people making comments as such. And I may not be your cup of tea, but let's be very clear. I just want people to be a little bit more sensitive. And that's not even just for me. That's people, period. We don't know what people go through, and I just feel like it's very tacky and ignorant. I thought I looked great on camera, and I appreciate the Q-tips who was down in the comments checking people like, if y'all follow me on social media, you can do that at Quentin Harris. If you follow me on social media, you will see I bust my ass. And I work out every single day. I'm running 5 miles to keep me together, to keep my mind together, to heal me. So I thought, I don't know, I did not like a lot of the comments that I was seeing, and it definitely made me feel some type of way. It definitely did hurt my feelings because me, on screen to me, I was looking at my hard work. So I'm gonna move on because I don't want to get like emotional about it. I just felt like it was very tacky, and I just want us to keep examples like Chadwick Boseman in the back of our head, in the back of our minds, because again, and it's just not for me. I don't need a pity party. You just never know what a person is going through. So how about support a person and say, "Hey, girl, you look great. What's up, King? You look amazing today. You got a glow about yourself." You know what I'm saying? Those are the type of things I think that we need to start saying and encouraging our brothers and sisters. And yes, I know this is a read show and all things like that, but I feel like some stuff is tacky. Another thing that I want to address, Travis informs the group that he loses his grandfather. Now, I must say this. There was a little bit, I think, that you guys missed. And I say that because when Travis told us that, I remember like turning to him as like, yo, bro, like, you sure you need to be here right now? I know like you still want to work, but you know, this is just a hard time. We understand that you lost your grandfather. We so sorry to hear that. Y'all know me. When I heard that news about Travis losing his grandfather that day, I'm like, bro, why are you here? You know, so I went that route. And so I feel like a lot of people were like, well, why did Lauren start talking about what she had going on? Because let me tell you why. I think when Travis wrapped up his green screen,
Grandpa had passed. I thought it was a joke. I'm like, he was just fine. Like, he was breathing and everything. And then y'all take him to the hospital. And as soon as y'all laid him in the bed, he passed away. But my grandpa and my grandma are back together in heaven. So that's the reason why I'm staying strong.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Well, I know how that is, Sean. Burying people back to back like that can be a lot.
Right.
And especially when you don't really talk to people, because I buried 3 people last year, literally like a month apart.
Yeah.
I felt that all he needed to say about his grandfather was in his green screen, so I felt like production edited out everything else that we said and was just there to encourage him and was relatable to what he had going on. And this is why you hear me talk about a Range Rover and A&R, and you hear Lauren talking about some of the things that she had going on, is because we were saying like, hey, we understand what it is to lose somebody. Lauren had just said she buried 3 people in 1 month. So with that being said, I will say that I think a little bit of the conversation was left out. However, Travis had already wrapped up his green screen to wrap up his grandfather. So I don't think the producers wanted to take the show down. And yes, it would have been nice to hear what we said to Travis, but our show is not that long. So I do feel that production edited out what we said and just kind of moved on with the conversation. So I just kind of wanted to catch y'all up. Q and Lauren not that damn insensitive where I'm going to start talking about a Range Rover in the middle of this man talking about his death. No, I was relating and saying like, we were relating and saying like just the Atlanta lifestyle and sometimes we work so much that you get numb to your personal emotions, even things with dealing with your grandfather, because we so focused on winning. So we were saying like, hey, bro, if this is what you want to do, we here for you, do it. But the reason that she and I just took a break, and this is where you hear us talking about Q having a Range Rover and all this other stuff, is because we were saying like, we've been in this space. So just make sure that you focus. Don't lose yourself in all of this. So take the time that you need to go and heal. Let's move on. So, of course, the conversation moves itself along, and Wayne the Liar show comes up, and T.S. Little Kendra, and of course, we just kind of giving a rundown. I'm giving a story of how Wayne and I shared an Uber together. That's very much so true. And, you know, we just discussing Wayne not being invited to the all-white party. Now, here's another push pin. I want y'all to remember Travis and me getting up shouting saying that he was not going to invite Wayne the Pain to his all-white party. Stay tuned for the rest of the season of chasing Atlanta. But anyways, let's go ahead and move on past that scene. That was a good scene. That, in my opinion, I felt like it was a good scene. It was good to see Travis, a newbie, the two OGs. You got Cam and Miss Lauren, and you got me, a vet, sitting at the table. I thought it was a cute scene. The energy was up. It was a great scene. We had laughs, crying, and a little bit of tea. I was here for it. Let's go ahead and move on to the next scene. The very next scene is Miss Lauren England performing her song Funny for the very first time. She's performing it during Pride. It's lights, camera, action, is everything going on. She looked great. Even she fought through, you know, things that artists fight through, costumes being late, people being not showing up, all this behind the scenes stuff. She still came out and delivered a great performance. However, I know a lot of people was getting on Lauren about lip singing or not singing with her mic and everything like that. But as a independent artist performing in a nightclub, I think it was actually a dope move and a smart move for Miss Lauren to perform on top or under her track, only because you in a nightclub and you can barely hear. However, Miss Lauren, we want you to match your damn lips up with the words at least. Alright, so let's get down to the very last scene of the night. This is a scene that everybody has been anticipating. Hell, I was even sitting on the edge of my seat watching it, and I was there. Let's get down to Oliver and Q sit down for the very first time.
Okay. So I'm gonna start with here. And then I can get her, and then I'll walk around.
Okay. When I tell you Miss Lauren has been on time for sex this year, okay?
I'm getting better.
Okay, when I tell you she is ready, she has been working, okay?
It may take me a little minute, but I get there.
Okay, you better let them know. So we just, maybe it's an hour and a half. I mean, some change. Where's your friend?
His Uber should be around here. I can't breathe. These spanked hurt.
Let me see. Take it off.
I can't because they come from here.
Ah, the bodysuit.
You got.
Let me see.
You got to get from
Oh,
down here.
yeah. Oh, wait.
You got to.
How you got it? Yes.
You got to pull these things up. Like
Yes, I love
that.
Baby, the belly is up, huh? Ooh, get it.
She not answering this phone.
Get it to the bottom. Ooh.
Too much going on.
Aya.
Now y'all see how to call my good friend answering this phone.
Who you don't call?
Oh. She said, in the car on the way, makeup all over my pants. No, she spilled makeup all over.
Who was that? Let me say the time and place. Because this would have been me off with your head. You know it.
Child.
That was good, y'all. Like, these bloopers gonna be good.
Here you go.
So, I must go ahead and jump in and say now, production, y'all know they say Q talk too much in these reviews, but I have to tell it like it is. First of all, Oliver Twist ass was not 40 minutes late. He was probably an hour and 40 minutes late. Maybe it's an hour and a half. I mean, some change. Where's your friend? Probably longer than that, or probably right at an hour and 40 minutes late. What was funny, what they did not show is when Oliver actually walked into that scene, him and I actually did not hug. So I'm surprised they actually took that out, and it's not like a big thing. It just was, I remember having my energy up and running, and, I was, making sure that I was in a positive headspace. But once he was an hour and like 30 plus minutes late, I was super pissed. I had already flew to Atlanta. We knew this scene was coming. We don't have no other time to film it. We are at the Cynthia Bailey wine cellar. Mal Bailey had only gave me that particular night. We had already filmed overtime than what we were supposed to. So I was super frustrated by the time he arrived, and yes, very much so, I was pissed off, and no, we did not hug as soon as he came into the room. You have to stay tuned into next week's episode so that I can dive all the way into what it is, because I know that Oliver's and I sit down was like a lot of round the way talking, and the reason I think it was happening that way is because we were still trying to protect a little bit of our brotherhood. Yes, we were in front of these cameras and we had a lot of talking to do, but at the same time, we are a brotherhood, and we did and still shared a past. So we had to remember we still in front of these cameras. So yes, let's talk about it because we got a lot of talking to do. But I think a reason a lot of the conversation was a lot of around the way talking is so that we weren't totally exploiting what we cherish. And I understand that some fans may be like, well, this conversation was a waste of time because we ain't talking about this and they ain't saying this and saying that. As you guys can see, I walked into that situation with my mind ready to get down to it. I pulled out receipts. I pulled out text messages. I had everything lined up. Like I was like Monique. I was ready for this conversation. And that was another thing. I was so sitting on a ball of nerves. Y'all can see now when I be talking, I just get to rambling, and we had so much to talk about, and each bullet point would have literally took like 10 minutes a piece to talk about. Hopefully, when all of this is over, I'll be able to go more and more into details. However, guys, y'all do know that I'm under contract and all of the conversation is not shown. So there's only so much that I can say. I already got a phone call from production this week and was like, Q, if you do that on that review again, chasing LA, and I just can't afford that. So y'all gonna have to stay your ass tuned to next week's episode for the remainder of the season. And make 3, 2. So with that being said, make sure you guys are following me on all of my social media sites at Quentin T. Harris, and make sure that you are following Chasing Reality on all of their platforms. That's from YouTube to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere at Chasing Reality. It's your boy Q. I appreciate y'all for showing me so much love. Team Q, we back in the building. I appreciate y'all for holding me down for these 2 weeks I was gone. But your boy is back, and let's get back and let's finish out this crazy ass season of Chasing Atlanta. Cause why? Chasing LA is up next, baby. It's your boy Q. I'm out.